just encourage all of the saints. You're never alone. We're never alone because God is everywhere and in all places. God is always with us. And it is my earnest prayer and desire that we will always know and feel his presence with us wherever we may go, because he said, I will never leave thee nor forsake thee. And he said he would not cast us off. He said, if the ordinances of heaven and earth can be broken, then he would forsake us. But that's not possible. God, who sitteth upon the circle of the heavens, is always with us wherever we may go. And it is my prayer that we will always keep God in remembrance, because his words are sure. Psalms 111, 7 and 8 tells us the works of his hands, they are verity and they are judgment. It is impossible for his commandments to fail. They stand fast forever and ever, and they are done in truth and uprightness. So I'm very grateful to God to know these things. And I pray that we will always be assured of these things, even during these times. These times is no excuse for any saint to begin to doubt. These are not the times for anyone to begin to question the reality or the sincerity or the earnestness of the Spirit of God. But it's a time rather for all of us to draw closer and to draw nearer unto God, because God is real. He's the strength of your life. He's the almighty and all-powerful God who never fails. The master who created heaven and earth, the seas and all things that therein are. Your very lives, our lives, are within his hands. There is no one greater. There is only one most high God. That's the God who we serve. You and I should never forget that. We should always remember that, because he's sure. We belong to be a sure people, and we belong to be certain. God is forever. He's unfailing. He's undying. That's the God that we serve, who was the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, the God of Jacob, and our God, both your God and mine, who lives forever. He is eternal in the heavens. I pray God's blessings upon you and will keep you. Church, I'm ever grateful to God, and I would like to leave with you just a few thoughts to reassure and to comfort your hearts and your minds. I would like to take you to Ezekiel, the 36th chapter, and the 26 verses. You know, I was looking before I go there. During this time, you know, I would like sometimes, because we're not everywhere, we don't see everything like God does. God sees everything all the time. And the news announcer happened to put a map of the United States on the screen. I don't know how some of you, I think all of us understand how large this country is. There was not a city, there was not a state where this pandemic has not reached in this vast area of the United States. There is not a country in this world, there is not a nation, church, where this pandemic then has reached. Even so, then God. There is no place where God cannot reach, where God does not exist, where all of the people are not in the palms of his hands. It's an old song we used to sing. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got you and me in his hands as well. I would like to say something to encourage the hearts and the minds of the saints. Sometimes, as we're traveling along, sometimes saints give up hope. They may falter along the way. Sometimes people begin to feel no one cares. No one is concerned about me. But it isn't so. God always cares. God always cares. Always remember that. He says in Ezekiel 36:26, a new heart also will I give you, and a new spirit will I put in them or within you, and I will take away the stony heart out of your flesh, and I will give you an heart of flesh. It's wonderful to be tenderhearted, to be loving, and to be kind, to remember to show the love of God to every living creature that God has made. Because we want God to extend that same merciful kindness unto you and I, regardless as to where we are or whatever we may have thought or felt we may have done. We want to know that God, and he does, extend his love, his everlasting love unto you and I. He says in Ezekiel 11:19, and I will give them one heart, not double-heartedness, not double-mindedness. I will give them one heart. It's good to be of single-mindedness. That's important. We must serve God with singleness of heart and mind, because the Bible tells us a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. But he says, and I will give them one heart, and I will put a new spirit within you, and I will take away the stony heart out of your flesh, and will give them an heart of flesh, that we may be tenderhearted, loving and caring one for another, even as God loves us. May God bless you and keep you, is my prayer.